Hello, this is Chris, Oz Radio Historian, on YouTube. Tonight's recording of the Voice of Korea, that is, the Voice of North Korea's English language program, was rather difficult. Propagation really was poor, and at one point in the program there was obviously a carrier fail, probably a power blackout briefly at the transmitter. At 9:52 hours and 50 seconds, the carrier of the Voice of Korea came on 13650 kilohertz. At 9:53 and 30 seconds, a sub-carrier noise seemed to have been keyed on and off the carrier. I don't know what it is. It's a noise that extends from 280 hertz to 505 hertz on our waterfall display. Either a transmitter fault or some form of sub-carrier modulation carrying I know not what. At exactly 10 hours UTC, that is 8 p.m. Melbourne time, the Voice of Korea interval signal came on. By 10:01:20, in the middle of the North Korean anthem, I had to switch frequencies from 13650 kilohertz, which was propagating very poorly, as you'll hear, to 11735 kilohertz. That ran okay until 12 minutes and 36 seconds past 10 UTC, when the transmitter on 11735 went off. I checked, the transmitter on 13650 also went off, tending to suggest that they both experienced a power fail. They came back on at 10:14:45, that is 10 hours UTC, 14 minutes and 45 seconds. The quality of reception was really poor tonight, so I haven't edited the program, and really anybody who attempts to listen to this will be pushing lumps uphill in no uncertain terms, but I'm putting it on here for the sake of completeness. As usual, I make a disclaimer here. I don't endorse, support or otherwise condone the broadcast of the Voice of North Korea, but as North Korea has very little internet access to the rest of the world, this shortwave radio transmission in English, the daily transmission that runs an hour, is one of the few ways in which Korea makes its feelings felt to the world, North Korea anyway. And from the point of view of a belligerent nation practicing brinkmanship, it's worth keeping tabs on this station. So, Voice of Korea, Tuesday the 16th of April 2013, commencing at 10 hours UTC.
Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea. This is Voice of Korea.
At this point I switched from 13650 kilohertz 22 meters to 11735 kilohertz as the higher frequency was not propagating well.
Now we begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
You know prisoner Mr. Powers, son of General Kim Il-sung. Series meal chorus, son of General Jong-Il.
concert of the Ultras Orchestra for celebrating the Day of the Sun was grandly given at the People's Theatre in the capital city, Pyongyang, on the 15th, on the occasion of the auspicious greatest holiday of the nation in April. Respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, came out to the auditorium. He warmly waved his hand to the audience, raising enthusiastic cheers. The concert was enjoyed by Chair Jong-il and other senior officials of the party, state and army, and working people in Pyongyang. Put on the stage of the concert, which started with the national anthem patriotic song, were various items including mixed sextet, Let Us Sing of the Day of the Sun, New Solar and Beauty, Long Live Generalissimo Kim Il-sung, and female trio, The Country of the Leader. The performers highly praised the immortal achievements of the great Generalissimo Kim Il-sung, who upholding the banner of Jong-un all his life, led the socialist cause, the cause of anti-imperialist independence to victory, with his outstanding idea, unusual leadership, and noble virtues. The master instrumental duet Cascade of Vinalon, mixed chorus, Staccato Cutting Edge, and other items impressively represented that, thanks to the immortal leadership of the great Generalissimo Kim Jong-il, who remained loyal to the idea and cause of the fatherly leader President Kim Il-sung, the dignity and spirit of the Sun's nation were demonstrated all over the world, and eternal foundation for the everlasting prosperity of Church Korea was laid. The concert fully represents the faith that the great Generalissimos Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, the eternal images of the powerful Sun nation, will be immortal, and the history of the sun will shine forever. The concert culminated in the female solo and male pangchang, honor of life, female solo and pangchang, Korea forward for economic development and nuclear arms build-up. The concert ended with mixed large ensemble, We Entrust Our Destiny and Future to Kim Jong-un, which showed through rich artistic representation the will of the entire army and people to hold the great Generalissimos in high esteem as the son of Church forever, and win the final victory in the total anti-US confrontation and the building of a thriving nation, firmly rallied around Marshal Kim Jong-un. Stormy cheers of flower burst forth again, and the theater was filled with infinite emotion and joy. Marshal Kim Jong-un warmly acknowledged the enthusiastic cheers of the performers and audience, and congratulated the performers on their successful performance. Sports games of teachers and employees of military academies were held on April the 15th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun, the birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung. Respected Marshal Kim Jong-un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, together with service personnel of the People's Army, enjoyed the sports games. Marshal Kim Jong-un came out to the grandstand and warmly congratulated the service personnel of the People's Army, waving back his hand to the players and audience, raising cheers of pride. The games were enjoyed by Chair Jong-il and other senior officials of the party and army, generals and officers of the Ministry of the People's Armed Forces, teachers, employees, and students of military academies, and officials, journalists, editors, curators, and artists in the fields of the press and literature and arts of the People's Army. Colonel General Jong-Il, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Korean People's Army, made a report to Kim Jong-un that they are ready for the games. In the volleyball game between the teams of Kim Il-sung Military University and Kim Il-sung University of Politics, the former won the game. The team of Kim Il-sung Military...
At this point, the carrier failed, as you can hear background noise only. The transmission resumed 2 minutes later, like this.
Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. They entered the hall where Generalissimo Kim Il-sung is leading state and made a bow to him. They looked round the room, keeping the decorations ready to President Kim Il-sung and the rooms preserving the wagon and the car used by him. Foreign diplomatic representatives of international organizations and military stations in Korea the Director General of the International Institute of the Treaty Idea, the delegation of Koreans in Japan for celebrating the Day of the Sun, and the foreign guests and overseas Koreans visited the Kumsan Palace of the Sun and paid homage to the great leader President Kim Il-sung on the 15th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Floral baskets, bouquets, and flowers were laid before the bronze statues of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-Il on Mansu Hill on the 15th on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. Seen before the bronze statues was a floral basket sent by respected Kim Jong-un. Floral baskets, bouquets, and flowers were placed in the name of the party, armed forces, and government institutions, public organizations, ministries, national agencies, units of the Korean People's Army and the Korean People's Internal Security Forces, and organs of different levels, industrial establishments, farms, and schools in Pyongyang. A floral basket was also laid in the name of the Pyongyang Mission of the South Korean Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front. Visitors made a bow, looking up to the bronze statues. Floral baskets and flowers were placed before the bronze statues and smiling portraits of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il of the Kim Il-sung Military University, the Ministry of the People's Armed Forces, the Namgyong Revolutionary School, and in many other places of Pyongyang in the name of units of the People's Army, institutions, and enterprises. Service persons of the People's Army, working people, and school youth and children in all parts of the country also visited the bronze statues and smiling portraits of the great generalissimus Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il in their localities and paid noble homage to them. On the same day, Yu Han-chai, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Republic of China to Korea, and his embassy staff members, and foreigners and overseas Koreans participating in the 15th Kim Il-sung Year Festival laid floral baskets before the bronze statues of the great generalissimus on Mansu Hill on the occasion of the Day of the Sun and paid respects to them. Mosaic murals of smiling Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, peerlessly great men of Mount Baekdu. The great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung will always be with us, and the great leader Comrade Kim Jong-il will always be with us, were erected in Cheonne, Pyeongchon, and Sepo counties of Gangwon province. The unveiling ceremonies of mosaic murals were held on the spot. Kim Yong-nam, Park Bong-joo, and the senior officials of the party and state, chairperson of the Friendly Party, and officials of the party, armed forces, and government institutions, working people's organizations, ministries, and national agencies, visited Namgyong-dae, the birthplace of the great leader President Kim Il-sung, on the 15th, on the occasion of his 101st birth anniversary. A banquet was given at the Jong-Il restaurant in Pyongyang on the 15th to celebrate the 101st birth anniversary of the great leader President Kim Il-sung. Present there were Kim Yong-nam, Park Bong-joo, and the senior officials of the party and state, chairpersons of the friendly parties, officials of the party, armed forces, and government organs, the cabinet, working people's organizations, ministries and national institutions, service persons of the Korean People's Army and the Korean People's Internal Security Forces, officials of the institutions of science, education, literature and arts, public health, and the press, and meritorious persons. Also on hand were the heads of the overseas Koreans delegations, including the delegation of Koreans in Japan for celebrating the Day of the Sun, and compatriots abroad, and the representative of the Pyongyang Mission of the South Korean Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front. Invited to the reception were foreign diplomatic representatives, representatives of international organizations, and military attachés in Korea. Addressing the banquet, Chair Tae-bo, member of the Political Bureau and Secretary of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, said, "It is the distinguished experts in the history of the nation to shine forever along with the century that the great leader President Kim Il-sung liberated the country and, leading rigorous decades of revolution to victory, built a powerful socialist country, independent in politics, self-supporting in the economy, and self-reliant in national defense on this land." He stressed that the august name in other revolutionary life and achievements of President Kim Il-sung will shine for all ages, along with the history of socialist Korea. joint performances of the 3rd April Spring People's Art Festival were given at the Pyongyang Grand Theater, the East Pyongyang Grand Theater, and the National Theater on the 15th. They were enjoyed by Kim Yong-nam, Park Gang-joo, and other senior officials of the party and state, chairperson of a friendly party, officials of the working people's organizations, ministries and national agencies, working people in Pyongyang, the representative of the Pyongyang mission of the South Korean Anti-Imperialist National Democratic Front, and overseas Koreans. Food and stages were various items, including song and dance and chorus, Let Us Sing of the Day of the Sun, and female folk song solo, The World Does Not Know Such a Man as Our Leader. The performers highly praised the revolutionary life and undying achievements of the great generalissimo Kim Il-sung, who rose up as the son of Chuche, brightly illumining the road of the times and humanity with a shining rays, and opened a new history of building a powerful country with great revolutionary practice. Respected Marshal Kim Jong-un sent 4 sets of sportswear, school things, and foodstuffs to the orphan baby homes, orphanages, orphans' primary and secondary schools, almshouses, and sanatoriums in all parts of the country on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. It shows an infinite love of Kim Jong-un. The Day of the Sun, the auspicious greatest holiday of the nation, has been significantly celebrated in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. On April Spring holiday, the officials, working people, and school youth and children across the country laid floaty baskets, bouquets, and flowers before the bronze statues of the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and made a bow to them. Working people of different sections, service personnel of the Korean People's Army, and the school youth and children visited historic Namjongdae, the birthplace of President Kim Il-sung. A lot of working people and school youth and children called at the venue of the 15th Kim Il-sung Festival, the Kim Il-sung exhibition houses in all provinces, and the Kim Il-sung Kim Jong-il greenhouses in cities and counties. Art performances were given in the theaters, houses of culture, and outdoor stages in the capital Pyongyang and different local areas. Institutions of all levels in the capital and local areas enjoyed the holiday, playing sports games such as football, basketball, volleyball, and table tennis. Various foods were served at the public catering service centers across the country. The provincial, city, and county seats were beautiful in the evening with light decorations. Participants in the 3rd April Spring People's Art Festival on the 15th gave field performances in the plazas of the party founding Memorial Tower, the Pyongyang Grand Theater, the Arch of Triumph, and the Pyongyang Indoor Stadium, and at the different parts in the capital city Pyongyang. Put on the stages were various items, including chorus, My Country is the Eternal Leader's Country, and Male Solo, Affectionate Smile, representing the dignity and honor of the Sun's nation, shining with the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Artists and members of the Pyongyang Students and Children's Palace gave a performance on the 15th in celebration of the 101st birth anniversary of the great leader Generalissimo Kim Il-sung. The performance was enjoyed by officials concerned and school youth and children in Pyongyang. It started with a prelude, We Are the Happiest in the World. Put on the stage were various items, including female chorus, Generalissimo Danced With Us, and chorus, We Are Happy in the Embrace of the Marshal. The performers showed in every item the boundless reverence for Generalissimo Kim Il-sung, who gave great love to the children, regarding them as kings of the country with his noble love for the rising generations and the future. Youth and students held dancing parties in different parts of Pyongyang on Monday to celebrate the Day of the Sun. They danced to the tune of melodies of Let Us Sing of the Day of the Sun and Song of Namjongdae and other songs in the plazas of the April 25th House of Culture, the party founding Memorial Tower, and the Arch of Triumph, and other dancing grounds in the capital city Pyongyang. That day witnessed dancing parties of youth and students held in the provincial seats, cities, and counties. The first campaign of this year started in the Children's Union camps across the country, including Pyongyang, on the occasion of the Day of the Sun. The meeting for the start of camping was held at the Mangyongdae Children's Union Camp on Monday. Similar meetings were also held in the Songdo-won International Children's Camp, the Sogam Children's Union Camp, and at the camps in different parts of the country. Marathoners of different countries visited Mangyongdae, the birthplace of President Kim Il-sung, on the 15th. They have participated in the International Athletic Federation 26th Mangyongdae Prize Marathon Games. Participants in the 3rd April Spring People's Art Festival visited venue of the 15th Kim Il-sung Year Festival on Monday. The International Skating Federation 2013 Short Track Speed Skating Games for World Development Cup are being held in 3 stages. The first stage games were held in Poland between March 26th and the 30th, and the third stage ones will be held in the Philippines between April 16th and the 20th. The second stage games held in Singapore between April 9th and the 13th will travel more than 40 excellent skaters from different countries, including the DPRK, Malaysia, India, and Argentina. DPRK skaters bagged 4 gold medals at the Games. DCDM took the first place in the women's 500-meter and women's 1,000-meter events of junior class, and Kim Kung-chang in those events of the juvenile class C, winning 2 gold medals each. A reception was given on the 15th in honor of the overseas compatriots who are here to celebrate the Day of the Sun. Present there on invitation were the delegations of the Union of Democratic Korean Women in Japan, the General Association of Koreans in the United States, the Central Association of Korean Nationals in Russia, the Association of Koreans in Canada, the Council of Korean Compatriots in New Zealand, the Association of Korean Businessmen in China, and the Association of Korean Businessmen in Dandong, China. All troops of overseas Koreans participating in the 3rd April Spring People's Art Festival and overseas compatriots staying in the socialist homeland. Officials concerned were present at the reception. Ultimatum of the Supreme Command of the Korean People's Army. The whole world is in a festive mood on the occasion of the auspicious Day of the Sun, the birth anniversary of President Kim Il-sung. Though an acute situation is lasting in our country, all people are significantly celebrating the Day of the Sun as the greatest holiday of the nation. But only the South Korean puppets have instigated the anti-North gangsters to hold an anti-DPRK meeting in the heart of Seoul in broad daylight and burn the portrait, a symbol of the dignity of our supreme leadership. Now all the armed people of the DPRK express great indignation at the nefarious atrocities committed without fearing the heaven. Concerning the prevailing situation, the Supreme Command of the Korean People's Army sends the following ultimatum to the South Korean puppets. 1. As long as the unpardonable atrocities hurting the dignity of our supreme leadership are openly committed in the heart of Seoul under the patronage of the South Korean authorities, our surprise retaliatory action will start from now. Those involved directly or indirectly in hurting the dignity of our supreme leadership, and those who instigated and connived at it, and the organs and departments concerned over the South Korean authorities will be targets of our retaliation. 2. A legitimate military demonstration of our revolutionary armed forces will start soon to show how our armed people honor and defend the dignity of the supreme leadership. It will be a strong blow at all issues of hostile forces hurting the dignity of our supreme leadership. 3. If the South Korean authorities truly want dialogue and negotiations, they should show to the whole fellow countrymen their practical will to make an apology for all the hostile acts, big and small, they have so far done against the DPRK and to totally stop them. Pyongyang, April 16th, 2102 or 2013. The Chinese Xinhua News Agency, the Russian Verdas, and the Japanese ZZ Press, NHK, and Nihon Shimbun reported answerable statement to the general staff of the Korean People's Army, to the newspaper Joseon and Yongun, as regards another confrontation racket of the South Korean purpose against the DPRK. Those who fabricate the groundless action of the North will be branded as the second trader Lee Myung-bak on the 13th under different titles, including argument on cyber tech is fabrication. The chairman of the Central Council of the People Unity, Kyrgyz Republic Political Party of Kyrgyzstan, recently made public a press statement in support of the statements of the Supreme Command of the Korean People's Army and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the DPRK. On the other hand, a solidarity statement was recently issued by the Arab Socialist Party of Egypt, a joint statement by the Plovdiv City Council of the Socialist Party of Bulgaria and the Plovdiv City Council of the Anti-Fascist Union of Bulgaria, and a statement by the Mount Pictor Czech-Korean Friendship Association denouncing the United States for its moves to suffocate the DPRK. The Jordanian newspaper Al-Diyar recently carried an article supporting the just sacred war of the Korean people to defend the sovereignty of the country and nation. And that's the end of the news read by Choi Sung-nam and Kim Jong-il. This is Voice of Korea. Here is our colors. The leader will always be with us. Please enjoy your meal, colors. The janitor will be model as the sun. to me Carter's footsteps.
sun shines forever. Name of the sun. Kim Il-sung was the sun. History hasn't ever known an instance that a man was praised as the sun. The great leader-president Kim Il-sung was praised by the people as the sun early in his teens. When Korea was reduced to a colony of the Japanese imperialists, young people of new generation gathered around him with a will to fight against the occupationists. Kim Jong-Il, the archer of the Korean Revolution Museum, has this to say.
우리 수령님께 태양의 전함을 제일 먼저 드리고 세상에 전할 사람들은 우리 형님이 일제의 청룡촌들이었습니다. 나라의 It was the young vendors of the first generation of the Korean Revolution who named President Kim Il-sung after the sun before others and announced it. The young people of the new generation who had wandered about with the sorrow of the occupied nation set out on the road of revolution led by President Kim Il-sung, sing the song of revolution, the song of the struggle, and could enjoy a life as revolutionaries. How great he is! Completely fascinated by the idea, humanity, and personality of the young leader, the young people maintained in unison that the great leader Kim Il-sung should be the bright son of Korea.
Son of Korea. It was a desire and hope of the 20 million Korean people in those days. People respected him as the son. President Kim Il-sung lived up to the people's expectation and trust with his devotion and mortal achievements all his life. He defeated the most ferocious US and Japanese imperialists and liberated the country, defended the country from the imperialist aggression, and built a socialist system on this land to prosper forever. He created a man-centered future idea, a great guiding idea, and opened the road of historic march for global independence. The sun is the source of life, bringing all things back to life. Thanks to President Kim Il-sung, the Korean people could be freed from the status of stateless slaves and enjoy a life of independent man, and this country could demonstrate its dignity to the world as a proud independent sovereign state. The name of President Kim Il-sung, praised as the sun, will shine forever along with the fatherland.
Sunflower follows only the sun. All the Korean people remember an unforgettable story. This happened during the Great Fatherland Liberation War in the early 1950s. During the temporary strategic retreat, President Kim Il-sung made a farmer driving a cart on a bus. Here is a dialogue between President Kim Il-sung and the elderly farmer whose son had come a long way from Pokdong, Gangwon province, which still touches the heartstrings of the people.
Where are you going deep at night, old man? To the north. There is no place to go but to the north now. Nowhere to go but to the north. Why are you going to the north? Why? I'm going to General Kim Il-sung together with the army men. What are you going to him for during the war? What for? When we go to him, there will be a way out and we can win the war.
These were the answers given by the simple farmer to President Kim Il-sung at the most difficult time. More than 40 years later, in 1983 or 1994, after the demise of President Kim Il-sung, the people saw his portrait shining as bright as the sun, as in his lifetime, in the street of bidding last farewell to him. In the world, only President Kim Il-sung remains immortal, smiling so brightly even after his demise. The people realized it from the bottom of their hearts. The following happened when a slogan of leader's immortality was being engraved on a tower in the Gwangbok Street. An old man who had come to the construction site asked the builders time and again,
What letters are you engraving? Will you tell me once again? We are engraving on the top, the great leader Comrade Kim Il-sung will always be with us.
Later, looking up at the slogan clear under the morning sunshine, the old man quietly said to himself,
Right. Our leader remains alive. He's the sun in the sky.
People found the old man playing the pedestal of the tower from the game. People's minds move and are invisible, like the sunflower following the sun. The sun is eternal. During their visit to the International French Exhibition House, people learned that President Kim Il-sung was receiving gifts from foreign friends even after his demise. It was unprecedented in the history of great persons. One defines said with admiration, President Kim Il-sung is the greatest of great men who was great in his lifetime but became greater after his demise. Jong-Il Secretary General of the Sri Lanka People's Korean Friendship Association, said,
In 1982, I met the great leader President Kim Il-sung greeting his birthday and had a picture taken with him and was invited to a luncheon given by him. The great President Kim Il-sung is with us today too. We will make efforts to inform the people of the future ideal better in the future too. Warmly recalling the undying achievements of the great President Kim Il-sung and the respect of the Korean people for him, all of us are more convinced that he will always be with us.
In more than 100 countries of the world, there are streets, institutions, and organizations named after President Kim Il-sung, such as Kim Il-sung Place, Kim Il-sung Street, Kim Il-sung Kindergarten, and Kim Il-sung Institute. Foreigners awarded him certain orders of their countries and hold him in high esteem as honorary citizen. Kim Il-sung Year is known in all parts of the earth. It is a manifestation of the boundless reverence of humanity for the great man of the century. Jong-Il, director of an institute of the Academy of Social Sciences, has this to say.
국민이 위대한 수령이시며 온 세계가 공인하는 인류의 태양이신 김일성 동지는 천재적인 지와 비범한 용도력, 신관 인격을 지니신 위대한 용도자, 위대한 혁명가,
President Kim Il-sung, the great leader of our people and the son of humanity recognized by the whole world, was a great leader, great revolutionary, great military strategist, and a great artist of leadership with gifted wisdom, unusual leadership ability, and noble virtues.
For his extraordinary great personality and feats, the great leader President Kim Il-sung will always be immortal in the minds of the Korean people and the progressive humanity of the world. The sun shines forever.
You've been listening to feature program under the title, The Sun Shines Forever. This is Voice of Korea. Now here's a female trio in Bangtan, The Glory of Life. Dear listeners, with this we conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 13,650 kHz and 15,105 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz and 13,650 kHz. From Middle East and North Africa between 16 and 17 hours UTC on 9,890 kHz and 11,625 kHz, and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For Southern Africa between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South Americas between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz. And between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,710 kHz and 15,180 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.